Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Faith. Thank you so much for being here. Today I am going to be sharing with you 10 products that I think are worth your money. They are expensive products. Everybody kind of has a different sense of what's affordable versus expensive. So this might be like way too expensive for you, or this might be right in your budget. But basically, the idea of this video is to show you products that I would think are typically more expensive or high-end products that you can't get at the drugstore, that are higher-end sort of brands that I think are worth your money, that I have not found cheaper alternatives for, or are just products that maybe have a lot in them that when you break it down, it really doesn't actually cost you that much because it will just last you so long. I think everything I have ranges between $20 and $40. So if you want to see the 10 products that I have picked out for you that I think are expensive but worth the money, then just keep watching. So the first product I want to talk about is from Too Faced, and these are the Melted Matte Liquid Lipsticks from Too Faced. I'm actually wearing this today. This is in the shade Sellout. I also have a red from them and a very light nude pink, but this is my favorite shade. I think it's just like the perfect kind of deeper pinky nude beige sort of shade. So these are $21 each, which is kind of a lot for just a lipstick in my opinion. However, these will stay on your lips all day, throughout a party, throughout anything. They also don't creak. They also don't crack or crease. Seriously, this is probably the best formula I have ever found. There's nothing at the drugstore, in my opinion, that compares to this, and even on the like higher end spectrum, this has become my favorite. Even above the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks, which used to be my favorite, I actually like these more. So if you're looking for a really outstanding liquid lipstick that you're not gonna have to reapply all the time, that will stay on, also some really pretty color selection, I highly recommend the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipsticks. I think they're really worth the $21. I highly recommend it. I think it is worth, the money. Okay, the next product I want to talk about is something I use basically every day, and I have found nothing that can replace this. Nothing has been good enough. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Powder Foundation. So this I use to dust over my face after I've done my liquid foundation. You could also use this just on its own as a powder foundation, but my favorite way to use it has been to just lightly dust it over the face. The reason I do that after a liquid foundation is because if you go right onto your liquid foundation with blush and bronzer and all that, it can kind of look a little patchy and can kind of stick, and also your foundation won't stay as long, won't last as long. So I always recommend setting your face, setting your liquid foundation with some sort of powder. A lot of people just use a translucent powder, like a loose translucent, but my favorite way to set my foundation is with an actual foundation powder. The reason I like this is because it has a little color to it and will add a little bit more coverage. I'm more of like a medium coverage foundation, liquid foundation type of person. So adding on a powder foundation over top of it gives it a little bit more coverage that I'm lacking in my liquid product. The best thing about this powder is that it doesn't look powdery or cakey. It really just melds into the skin. It never looks dusty, if you know that kind of like dusty, crackly look that powder can give. This never does that to me, and I'm a really dry person. Like, my skin tends to be dry, and this never looks dry on me. These retail for, let me look it up here, $30. So it's definitely more of an expensive powder. However, there's just nothing that can replace this. And as you can see here, I have hit pan, but this is after at least 5-6 months of use, and I'm not kidding, and I use this almost every day. So it does last a while, especially if you just use it how I do, where you lightly dust it. You're not like digging into the product to get a lot of payoff. You're just lightly dusting it. It sets down the foundation, makes it last, and it never looks powdery. So I highly recommend this product. I think it is worth the money. The next product I have to talk with you about is a product that I don't use a lot, but I want to mention because if you are a glitter lover, like you love to put glitter over your eyeshadow or anything like that, these are life-changing. And I do love to use these, but more so for like special occasions or special makeup looks. These are the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadows. And like I said, if you love to pat on glitter and maybe you're used to using a glitter glue and then like patting on loose glitter, these are life-changing. They are so much easier to use. It's a one-step process instead of a two-step process with the glitter glue and then putting the glitter on, and then you get a lot of kind of like fallout. These are awesome. This shade here is Kitten Karma. I'll just show you how seriously gorgeous and glittery these are. Like, how insane is that? I need to use these more. They're so worth it. They are very expensive, especially for how small they are. I believe they're $24 each. Now these might be mini sizes. I might have gotten these three like in a set, and that's the way to go, is to get these in a set. I think you probably aren't going to be going through an entire tube, so to have a few different shades in the mini size is really nice. This shade here is Smoky Storm. Oh, they're so great, and they're so innovative. I have not seen anything that performs like these. I'm pretty sure this is Diamond Dust. Yeah, this is Diamond Dust, so like a pure silver glitter. Like, how insane is that? And you don't get a lot of fallout. Once they dry, you may get a few flecks of glitter, but nothing like if you were using loose glitter. So I highly recommend these, especially if you're looking to get into glitter or using glitter on your eyes. These are the products to go with. Okay, the next product I have is another product that I use almost daily, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sun Dipped Glow Kit. The Sun Dipped one is where it's at in my opinion, and specifically this shade right here, Summer. I'm wearing it today. I think it is just so stunning. I would literally pay just for this shade. This palette is $40, but I would literally pay $40 for this one shade. I'm not kidding. That's how much I love it. That might sound crazy, but I love this highlighter. It's my favorite. I use it almost daily. The other three are awesome as well, but also I have had this palette for probably 2 years and I'm still not hitting pan on this shade here. So that just goes to show you how long this lasts. Yes, it's $40, but it's going to last you so long, and the quality is just so good. So I highly recommend this. It is worth the $40 for sure. The next product I want to talk about is something that's a little bit new to me. I've had this for maybe 2-3 months, but I absolutely love it, and I have not found anything that compares to this. It's also pretty innovative. A lot of brands have been coming out with something like this, but this is my favorite, and this is the MAC Fix Plus, but the gold light one. So when you shake it up, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see on camera, but there's little shimmers all in there. And I did use this to set my face today, kind of like sink in all the powder products and lock in my makeup. I love this because of how dewy it looks. I think, how much is this? This is $26, which sounds a lot, especially for a setting spray, but if you take a look at some of the other dewy sort of setting sprays that are higher end, like the Tatcha one, that one is almost double the price. And this I think is even better. It really sets down my makeup, and I love how it feels on the skin. It's not overly like oily feeling. It just gives you a nice dew. So I highly recommend this. $26, but worth the money. The next product I have is also from MAC, and this I have absolutely fallen in love with. This is another product that I got maybe 3-4 months ago, but I know I will always continue to repurchase this because it's just so good. This is the Mineralized Skin Finish in Give Me Sun. I've been using this as a bronzer and been absolutely loving it. If you are a fake tanner, like a spray tanner or mousse tanner, this is perfect for you because it kind of has a peachy, almost orangey undertone, and it really will match your face to your body if you don't like fake tan your face. like me. This is $34, so pricey for a bronzer, but so nice. It also is like so almost creamy on the skin, like it blends in so nicely. It's never patchy, so I highly, highly recommend this. They also have a few other shades, so you don't have to get this exact shade, but the mineralized skin finishes from MAC are just so, so good, so worth the money, and they last forever. Like I've had this again for maybe 3-4 months, and it's still domed like that. I haven't even gotten in there, so really love that. Okay, now I have a couple products from Tarte I want to talk about. First, I want to talk about this product here. This is Tarte's Amazonian Clay BB Tinted Moisturizer. And when you think about like a moisturizer or a BB cream, you think obviously light coverage. Is it really worth the money to get a higher end BB cream? There's a lot available in the drugstore, but what I've found with this BB cream is it is the most comfortable on my skin, the most hydrating, while still giving me actually a pretty good amount of coverage. Let me just show you here. Most BB creams I have tried, especially the ones at the drugstore, they barely give me any coverage at all. And obviously I know that a BB cream isn't really meant to give you a lot of coverage, but I kind of want a little something from it. And this is the only one I have found that really gives me some good coverage. This is a little light for me right now, as you can tell, but this is, let's see, this is the shade Light. I probably should get light medium at this point in the summer, but you can see like there's a pretty good amount of coverage there, but it doesn't feel thick and heavy like a foundation. So this tends to be kind of like my summer foundation, and then I will put my Bare Minerals powder foundation over top to give myself a little more coverage. This costs $36. So again, when you're thinking about like a moisturizer or a BB cream, I know $36 can sound like a lot, but I love the shades. They're more yellow toned, so they kind of work for my skin tone. I think they have one or two that's more pink undertoned, but I love the shades, I love the coverage, and I love how it feels. It never breaks me out. I know a lot of times in the summer, if you're sweating with your foundation on, you can break out. This doesn't make me do that, so to me, the $36 is worth it, and this will last me at least 2-3 months. So when you kind of spread it out like that, I think it is really, really worth it. Now the other product I have from Tarte is probably not going to come as a surprise to you guys. It is the Tarte Shape Tape. The reason I want to talk about this is because it could seem pretty expensive for a concealer. It's $27, which is quite a lot for a concealer. However, there is so much product in one of these. There is 0.338 fluid ounces. In most concealers, there's only about half of that. So this lasts a super long time, and it is my favorite concealer by far when it comes to performance. It seriously packs a punch when it comes to eliminating dark circles and brightening up under here. I use the shade Light Sand. I am wearing it today, and I absolutely love it. I won't go on and on about this because I talk about it all the time. I use it in so many videos, but yeah, I wanted to mention this. This is definitely worth the money in my opinion. Yes, it's $27 for a little concealer, but compared to most concealers, there's a lot in here. I think I'm just about to finish up this tube, but I've had this one for at least 3 months, so it does last a very long time, and I use a lot of it, and I use it every day. So for me, 3 months, $27 for a concealer, it's worth it for me. The next product I want to talk about is something that I have rediscovered. I used to use this when I actually lived at home because my mom had it, and I would always ask her if I could borrow it every night. This is from Fresh. Fresh is like a skincare brand. This is their sugar lip treatment, and you guys, this stuff is like intense butter for your lips. I have had really dry, cracked lips lately, and I couldn't find anything that would smooth them out and just get that dead skin off. I tried Vaseline, I was trying like all these intense moisturizers, but this has done the job. The Fresh Sugar Lip Balm. Now this is $26 for a lip balm. I know that's a lot, but I love it. There's nothing else that has compared to this for me. I can't find anything else that does the job like this does. So $26 for me is worth it. It smells so good too. It smells kind of like lemony. So yeah, I wanted to bring this to your guys' attention. If you have cracked lips, try it. I know it's expensive, but try it. You will love it. Okay, and the last one, the 10th item I'm going to talk about, is also a repeat product that I talk a lot about on this channel, but I had to mention it. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And you may think of Morphe as more of an affordable brand, but this product from them is actually pretty expensive. It's $38, which for Morphe is pretty pricey, and for an eyeshadow palette is kind of up there. So I wanted to include it in my 10 expensive products video because it is absolutely worth it. You get 35 shades for $38, so just over $1 a shade, which is not bad at all. And this pretty much has every shade you could ever want. Once you have this palette, you really don't need another one. So if you're really looking for just one palette to kind of splurge on and then be done and have what you need, this is the one to go with. And you can get this on Ulta and use a coupon with it to cut down the cost. So really love this palette. Needed to mention it. Again, kind of like the Tarte Shape Tape, I won't go on and on because I talk about this a lot, but needed to include it in my video because I love it. It's worth the money. You should definitely get it if you don't have it yet. So that wraps up my video on the 10 expensive products I think are worth the money. Let me know down below in the comments what you think. If you've tried these products, do you think they're worth the money? Also, tell me about any expensive products that you love that you can't find replacements for or you think are really worth the money. I would love to discover more expensive products that are worth the money instead of spending my money on expensive products that aren't worth the money. So let me know down in the comments if you have any goodies to share with us all. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!